Alright, hi guys. So this will be the first of maybe a series of videos, and we can call them Aikido in the living room, where I figure in these times when people might be confined to their homes instead of in the dojos, where they might be closed for a while. And I have to my help here my son Isaac, who also practices Aikido with me in my Lunds Aikido club. And we're gonna do some exercise that I think might work out in your living room, because frankly, in the living room you have your floor, it's hardwood, perhaps it's hard in general, and it's confined, you can only do so much. What we tried here is we just found some very thin mattresses that we sometimes use for guests. And if you have a yoga mat, you can put that on top, but you don't have to. This is just to help you, and I'm sure most of you have some form of maybe guest mattress or something like that you can put out on the floor. And I think this is going to work out. And basically the trick here is the adult, in this case with a kid, don't try to explain so much. We just do. One person is doing and one person is just following in without too much instruction, and that tends to help the most. So what we're going to do the first, what we can do at home, is actually still work on our ukemi, right? So what we're going to do is, you're going to do on this mat and I'm going to do on this mat. So we're going to sit down like so. Alright, good. And then we put one foot close to our tush, like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back, and then switch, and then come back forward. Alright, one more time. Back, and you see the feet switch, and you come back forward. One thing to be mindful is what?
Don't touch the head on the mattress.
Right, so we don't want to hit our back of the head on the mattress. So one more time. So as we go down, we try to keep that shin tucked. And we go up, and we keep that shin tucked. And another thing to think about is to see, instead of going right back, we go a little bit to the side on the way down, and the side to the other side on the way back. So in this case, that side down, and then you go up on the other side. And then you try to adjust a little bit, so you come straight up. So instead of going straight back, you go a little bit to the side, and then you come back up to the other side. And that way you're going to do that when you start rolling backwards for real. One more time. Alright, so the next step is to stand up. And we try to stand up. How do we stand? We stand 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. So as we go down, the one back is going to tuck. We're going to sit. And then we're going to complete it. And then as we go up, we try to go up just the way we did. Like so. And now we reverse it. So now we go back on this foot. Up. One more time. One more time. Get up again. So this time, as I said, you stay the way you are. And you let that foot tuck. And you go down the same foot. Exactly. And then you go up. One more time. Just the same foot back. Right. And one thing to think about here is I might hurt a little bit, right? Because you go really fast. So the way you go down really slow before you roll, the better. So look, slow, yes. And then you go up in one go. Hands up. One. And you try to pull yourself up in one go. Hands up. Yeah? High five. Alright. Okay, so after the rolls, we can obviously go to technique, and I think that's a good progression. That's why we do the rolls in this way we did, where we don't have to work so much about having, worry about rolling over your head in this confinement of the space of the living room. So we're going to do a simple technique, so we actually have the feeling of learning a technique even if you're home, using the rolls that we did. So you have to excuse, my head might not be visible, but it doesn't really matter. So the way we're going to do this is, again, I'm now gonna just let him do the technique on me, and basically without too much instructions here. So we stand up just like we do, like together. He's reaching out. I'm gonna grab him like we're shaking hands. We call this ai-hanmi katate dori, or just kosa dori. Instead of grabbing his hand, I'm grabbing his wrist, and we make sure that we stand in the same way. And you have good posture, everything is good. Now he's gonna do 3 steps, okay? 1, grab the wrist. Oh, take a step, open the door, that's 2. and then he's going to take a step back, and as he do that, I'm going to take my step back and do the roll we just did. And then we go up again, same side. So we stand, I grab, he take one, rest, he takes a step out, open the door, and then he opens the door again with the other foot, and I'm just going to roll back and all the way up. And this time, his focus is going to be, as he finished the throw, he stand in a good posture and not move around too much, okay? Until I'm finished. So stand like I do. I grab, he do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And stand still until I'm finished. We call that sanshin. Alright, so now we're going to reverse the roll. And Isaac's going to be the one taking a fall, and I'm going to do the technique called kotegaeshi. Alright, so he's standing in a good posture. I'm going to stand in a good posture. I'm giving him my hand. He reaches in. I do 1. I open the door, take a step, and then as I take a step back, he sits down. And if I notice that he takes this step with the wrong foot, it's okay. I just remind him one more time. This time, as you take a step back, come here, closer to me. This time, as you take a step back, you roll on the same foot as you take a step back. So reach. 1, wait. Take a step back, and you sit down on the same side. Yes. And then you come all the way back in one go. Hands up, in ready position. Alright, so this time we're going to do it a little bit faster. Can you move a little bit? Alright, so this is all that can happen in, whatever you have, a mattress or a yoga mat or something like that. It will be something like this. Alright, so last time, and this time we're going to try to do it in one go. You have to come all the way over here. Make sure there's nothing he can hit his head on. And then try again. Stand in a ready position in ai-hanmi. 1 foot back and 1 foot forward. He gives me your hand. Hands, fingers out. You grab, and I'm taking 1. You take a step back and sit down. If you notice he does it wrong, that's okay. We just keep doing it in a positive way until he does it the right way. Because next time, we take the same foot back. And you sit down on the same foot. Let's say 1, take a step further. Yes, that's good. And all the way up. And if he does something well, you do it twice. Okay, one more time. So you really want to give that positive reinforcement that something happened well. All the way over here, you have to have some space. 1. 1, take a step foot. Yes, and then all the way up. Both of us are going up. In good position, all the way down until we finish. Alright, so let's sit down. Sit properly. Okay, so this, my friends, is the first of these type of videos where we can explore what we can do in the living room at home when we cannot be in the dojo. Especially in this session, we can work on what we can do with a kid what might want to train their Aikido at home. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's a little bit hard to shoot and do Aikido in your home, but that's the point. To have, maybe have whatever you have available, like a mattress, a yoga mat or whatever. All of these things are there so that you can hopefully do what you can do. And this is just the start. And there are plenty of things that you can do. There are so many videos out there, and I know it's going to be even more now, next couple of weeks, where people are exploring these abilities to work with Aikido and training Aikido in your home. Thank you so much. Until next time, keep it playful out there and keep safe.